What's up guys, Tommy with Studio Sense here. Thanks for stopping by and checking out today's video. You know, what was once a trilogy is now a quadrilogy with one of Azzaro's best-selling lines, the Wanted or the Most Wanted line, prompting many people to ask the question, well, which is really the best? Followed by another really good question, and that is, are flankers redundant? Is a flanker of Wanted or the Most Wanted a redundant purchase? Those are definitely loaded questions, and that's the subject matter of today's video. We're going to dig into that a little bit, laser focus on these fragrances, kind of do a comparison, and then I'll let you guys make the decision, because really when it comes down to it, it's up to whatever you like to do, but I'll give you the facts as they are. Got that and more coming your way, so stay tuned. Welcome back everyone. Originally back in 2016, I think, Azzaro launched the original youthful, sweet, bubblegum-like, kind of sort of Invictus-like fragrance. That was when we first got to experience that very bright, sharp combination of juniper and ginger, lightened by vetiver and sweetened by tonka bean. This allows the fragrance to project fairly well and perform an average kind of performance basis. Not anything amazing, but a substantial entry into men's fragrance, and in particular for the young and youthful or young at heart. It's worth mentioning that I realize there's a Wanted tonic, and there's about 2 or 3 people that like the fragrance out there. I'm not dissing it, but I'm not going to talk about it today because it's a departure from the Wanted line, just because every fragrance line has to have like a tonic version, kind of a barbershop version or something like that, and that's what that was. So we're not going to be talking about tonic today. We're going to focus primarily on the Wanted and the Most Wanted DNA. The fragrance notes that make up Wanted, you've got lemon and ginger in the open. The heart has cardamom and juniper wood, and in the base, vetiver and tonka bean. So basically a combination of ginger, juniper, a little bit of vetiver, tonka bean for sweetness. It's a relatively sweet fragrance, and as a result, it's kind of been relegated for the youthful side. Wanted is Azzaro's answer to Invictus. So anyone who would be interested in wearing Invictus would be who would wear Wanted. But the true testament to the Wanted line didn't come out until 2018, and that's when they launched Wanted by Night. Wanted by Night is by far garnered the most attention, likely the most sales in the Wanted line, because it's such an epic nighttime, date night, or really all around signature scent fragrance. The notes featured in Wanted by Night, it opens with cinnamon and mandarin orange. There are heart notes of Virginian cedar, frankincense, and cumin, resting on a base of tobacco absolute, cypress, and cedar wood. There's a substantial introspection in the DNA in Wanted by Night, as opposed to this just kind of airhead, bubblegummy kind of Wanted. That's where the boy becomes a man, from Wanted to Wanted by Night, basically. It's also got a very seductive, kind of sexy quality about it. Honestly, Wanted by Night, it has got a form of olfactive magnetism that cannot be denied. I've had so many compliments. It's a head turner, it's a compliment puller, and it's just an overall fantastic fragrance. Flash forward to 2021 and Wanted goes the direction of gourmand with the Most Wanted. The bottle is no longer see-through, but it is a black lacquered, and it focuses on a combination of toffee and bourbon vanilla. It features top notes of Guatemalan cardamom, got heart note of toffee, base notes of bourbon vanilla, and vetiver. It's primarily what makes up the Most Wanted, and that's what makes it a gourmand wonder. So you got this really very rich, dark, heavier vanillic fragrance, but it's that bright registry has gone away that's in Wanted and Wanted by Night. So that kind of bright ginger juniper combination is gone, but you do have the focus on gourmand. Now here it is 2022, and a brand new flanker has been added to the line, making it what I call quadrilogy. Of course, I'm ignoring the fact that tonic exists, and that is the Most Wanted Parfum, the Parfum version of the Wanted, the Most Wanted DNA. Many people will say technically Wanted and the Most Wanted are 2 different lines. That's true, technically, but they are in the same family. I'll explain what I mean by that. And also I'll answer the question, which should you purchase? Is it redundant owning all of them? Well, of course, if you're a completionist, if you're a collector, or if you love men's fragrance, then absolutely buy them all. If you're not restricted by a budget where you can save for them, get them all, because they all have facets about them that make them each worth owning. Because think about it, if you have to dress up in a full-on suit to go to work, technically you could only ever have to purchase one and own one tie, right? You could wear that same tie over and over again. You'll get odd looks from people and someone will invariably say, don't you own another tie? Well, it's like that with fragrance. There's all kinds of reasons for not purchasing an additional fragrance, and in particular, another flanker of a line, but there's all kinds of really good reasons to own them as well. But I'm still going to help you make the decision as to which one is the best and which one you should purchase. The Most Wanted Parfum features top notes of red ginger, got heart notes of different woodsy notes, and in the base rests on bourbon vanilla. So it's pretty much a encapsulation of a combination of Wanted by Night and The Most Wanted. We've categorized Wanted as a youthful kind of Invictus style fragrance. Wanted by Night is a very sexy, seductive, darker, heavier, performs excellently, kind of a date night fragrance that's also a signature scent. The Most Wanted is a gourmand fragrance that's great for cooler weather, specifically around the holidays, because its focus is toffee and vanilla. So you've got this very kind of lightly boozy vanillic fragrance. And now we have the Most Wanted Parfum. Most Wanted Parfum is actually a spiritual successor to Wanted by Night. If you put the bottles side by side, they almost look identical. So if you were to take away Wanted and the Most Wanted, which should you own? Well, side by side, I've done several comparisons and with other people that the brightness that is in Wanted by Night, a little bit spicier, heavier, cinnamon, cumin, ginger, doesn't necessarily exist to a great degree in the Most Wanted Parfum. It's a heavier, boozier, more vanillic fragrance. Those are the primary differences between the two. They both act very similarly. They both perform really well, but I will say this. Wanted by Night is, to me, the OG when it comes to best performance, best overall performance. Yes, there are heavier concentration of oils in the Parfum version, but still the way Wanted by Night projects is just a bit better than the Most Wanted Parfum. I would say overall, if I had to choose only one to purchase, I would say stick with Wanted by Night as the OG testimony maker, evidencing the quality of the DNA in the fragrance. But the Most Wanted Parfum is a very close runner-up, and it is an excellent, excellent fragrance. It sits a little bit heavier on the skin, so on clothes and skin it's probably going to last a little bit longer, but it doesn't project quite as well as Wanted by Night. To answer the question succinctly, is it redundant to own a flanker of an original fragrance? Not really, because it's a derivation of an original DNA, but there's also offshoots of different ways that it acts, different ways that it smells, that creates a very individualized experience, even in a flanker that's very similar to the original. And that's the case with the Wanted line. If you could only pick one, which one should you purchase? Again, that's up to you, but I would say Wanted by Night stands to me as the all-time best in comparison with all of them in terms of performance, in terms of overall body and overall smell, and really the overall reaction from people that smell it on you. Well guys, I could spend all day talking about and comparing the Most Wanted and Wanted line of fragrances by Azzaro. One of the best entries into men's fragrance in many years, I think, and I'm excited to see what happens in the future, you know, what we have in store in terms of this particular line. I hope you found the discussion helpful and interesting. Let me know if you own any one of these and what your thoughts are on which is the best. If you could only own one, which one it would be. Let me know that in the comments below. Thanks so much though for stopping by, checking out today's video. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.